Hello and welcome to In the Court of the Wenton Knave. Today we're doing Joe's Garage. It comes in 3 acts. Today I'm going to talk about Act 1. This really follows Shiki Booty, remember? Although last week we did Orchestral Favourites, that was a contractually released of performances from 1975, which goes way back. So this is really the follow-up to Cheeky Booty. You can see he's got a lot of artistic freedom to do what he likes now. I would imagine that the new record deals he's got would mean considerably less interference from record company idiots. And it is clear that the storyline of Joe's Garage very cleverly satirises both his political targets and also the state of the music industry as well, what he thinks of it, which is brilliant. It's a great story, sort of. It is strangely entertaining, this album. I really like it. It just has such a charm. A lot of individual tracks are not his best work. For whatever reason, it just sounds great. It's just great music. And it's another recommended one for a change. The story, such that it is that Joe is in a garage band and he has a girlfriend called Mary who leaves him for a rock band or something, and he gets seduced by another girl called Lucille who messes his mind up. He catches a disease from her and finishes Act 1 feeling socially damaged, shall we say. We'll leave it there for now. 2 and 3 next week, so let's look at the songs. The first track is called the Central Scrutinizer, and the Central Scrutinizer is Frank, basically. And what he's doing really is telling the story, because the music does tell the story, but a lot of it has been shoehorned in there because these are older pieces, a lot of them, and he decided on the concept later and he had to sort of fit everything in. Although it does fit, there is a degree of comedic left turns, shall we say. So to tie things up together, he's actually doing exposition and explaining the story. I always found it annoying the way he uses that whispering effect on his voice, which makes it harder to hear. Obviously that's fine in headphones or on a big stereo system. In the car, and you don't really want to turn it up too loud, that can be a bit of a pain. Track 2 is Joe's Garage. This is just a great bit of R&B rock. There's nothing else you can say about it. He could have written this in the 60s, he could have written this in the 70s, he could have written this in the 80s, it doesn't matter. Just a great song. The next song is Catholic Girls. This was may well have been his response to Jewish Princess, or maybe he'd already planned this song and he used it as an example of how he justified Jewish Princess. And whilst I make no comment about justifying that song, you can't have one and not the other. You can't say it's okay to have a song called Catholic Girls and not okay to have a song called Jewish Princess. That's his point. It's a very funny song. It's a lot funnier than Jewish Princess. I mean, Jewish Princess isn't really funny, is it? Catholic Girls is funny, and they do. I can concur. Track 4, Crew Slut. This is 6 minutes 38 long, which is long for a pretty banal riff. Pretty forgettable and far too long. Fembot in a wet t-shirt. You've got a nice zappery melody on guitar mixed in with some nice vocal stuff. That works really well. It's a controversial track because it's the wet t-shirt contest song, so the second half of the song is the wet t-shirt contest. And I think he was targeted by people as being a sign of him being sexist, whatever. Very, very importantly, he obviously wasn't anti-women, and he explained this very clearly, that most of the people he says are stupid are actually men. He's an equal opportunities person, he has to go everyone. This is something that happens in America. So the suggestion is, well, if you don't like that song, does that mean you should censor it? Should you pretend it's not there? And the answer, of course, is no, and that's what Zappa does. He observes these ridiculous things. He's not saying it's good. In the same way, making a parody of a type of music doesn't mean it's bad. Talking about something doesn't mean you're endorsing it necessarily. He's not saying it's good or bad. He's just saying, there it is, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It's funny, and therefore it should be sung about. The next song, On the Bus, I think was renamed. The early version, which was called Toad O-Line, which was a parody of Toto and their song Hold the Line. It isn't anything like that, it's actually a guitar solo. It's a very nice guitar solo though. Really nice tone, very well played. Quite a simple solo by your standards, but I think also the production of it, there's a bit of reverb on there and stuff, makes it very accessible and really emphasises the melody of it. Very, very nice stuff. One of the better ones. Then we've got Why Does It Hurt When I Pee? Now this is where he's been seduced by Lucille and she's given him something. And it's very funny. It's only 2 minutes 23. I got it from the toilet seat. It jumped right up and grabbed my meat. Very entertaining, and mercifully short obviously, and that's why it works well. Then Lucille has messed my mind up. It's a tasteful bit of sort of jazzy R&B, in a way typically 80s, partially the production I think, which is quite modern for its time. Possibly a bit too smooth. We have the wonderful vocal talents of Ike Willis on this song, and he is a brilliant addition to the Zappa band. Fortunately stayed on many a tour, on many an album, but I think perhaps this song would have benefited from no vocals, maybe. Controversial. The last song on Act 1 is Scrutinizer Postlude, and this is basically Frank tying up that point in the story. Lucille has messed his mind up, but was it the girl or was it the music? See you next time.